Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room, my reverse alphabetical restocking as part of my endless move. You'll note in the back here that Leonard Bernstein is doing an even better job at blocking the air vent than the Vienna Philharmonic did. I mean, at least I found something useful to do with that silly picture book thing. So there it is. I don't know how long it'll be there, but for the time being, we will have no interference from wind coming out of that air vent. So we're on the letter T. We're working backwards. And today we have one major composer, because I've got a lot of discs. It's Turina. Now, Turina, it was an enigma to me. This wonderful composer who wrote the Danzas Fantasticas, which I loved, and piles of really beautiful piano music. And then, a lot of which was orchestrated. And of course, I wanted his orchestral stuff. And it was very hard to find it because it's unclear exactly how much exists, quite frankly, because he orchestrated a lot of his piano works. But his original orchestral works, well, there was a disc that came out that was done by my very good friend Antonio de Almeida that had the Danzas Fantasticas or the Sinfonia Sevillana, those pieces, Ritmos, his little ballet thing, and La Procesión del Rocío, or whatever that thing is called. It's all so beautiful and sunny and Spanish. And I love it. I love it to death. So I got a lot of Turina, and we're going through the Turina. And some of it, leached into the Overflow room. Here, first of all, here's one of those orchestral music things. It's on MD&G with the Hamburg Symphony and under Miguel A. Gomez Martinez. It's not bad. It's really not bad. And you get Danzas Fantásticas, Sinfonia Sevillana, La Oración del Torero. Yeah, of course. The Bullfighters thing, which was originally written for a lute quartet, but exists now in an arrangement principally for strings, and the Procession. It's just such beautiful music. It really is. So there's that. And then I've got this Spanish Seraphim collection of things that has the Danzas Fantásticas with Enrique Batiz conducting, and lots of other things besides. I mean, it's got Falla and Ravel and Rodrigo and, all those people. Stick them up there. And let's see, what's this? Oh, Esteban, pardon me. Sanchez, piano on Enseo. He's the guy who people thought was absolutely the bee's knees doing Albaniz's Iberia, even though his piano is not terribly well tuned or pitched or whatever. And he's also done a beautiful Turina disc with Sevilla, Suite Pintoresca, and Rincones Sevillanos, corners of Seville, and Mujeres de Sevilla, women of Seville. That's kind of interesting. Let's see what else have we got here. Some chamber music. His piano quartet, his Calliope from Musas to Andalucia for piano and string quartet, Andalusian Muses, and the Sonata No. 2, Española for violin and piano. This is on CPO with the Ensemble Variable. So it's variable. And what's this thing? The Sonatas for Violin and Piano with Felix Ayo and Bruno Canino. These are lovely works, absolutely beautiful works and important works in his output of chamber music. Great stuff. So that's more Turina. Does it sit there? I don't know. Of course not. All right, we'll get it up there eventually. Victoria de Los Angeles, who has a huge box of her stuff coming soon on EMI. This has the Canto a Sevilla, one of the great symphonic poem / song cycle things. It's the Das Lied von der Erde of Spain. And I discovered it through this recording in mono. It's beautiful. Of course, there have been a couple recordings since. Finally, a really good stereo one on Chandos. It's a tough piece to do because, like I said, Turina's scores and output, it's confusing. And this particular work exists in two pieces, the songs and the orchestral movements that go between the songs. And they're totally separate scores. And it's ridiculous. And that makes performing it very complicated. You've got to deal with multiple publishers, and it's so stupid. I don't know why that happened. I really don't. And then we've got this 5 CD Spanish piano music set with Martin Jones that has 2 discs of Turina and Falla and Mampu otherwise. So that goes up here. There we go. I gotta straighten it out. Okay. And Music of Spain with Batiz again. This has the Procesión del Rocío and La Oración del Torero and other Spanish goodies. That's where you used to find Turina, buried in piles with other Spanish goodies. You know, you got your Spanish goodie collection, and this guy was in there, and his music was lovely, but you couldn't figure out what he wrote. Piano trios with Trio Arbos. His piano trios are marvelous. Marvelous, particularly this piece called Circulo, which is a cycle fantasy for violin, cello, and piano. It begins with dawn, and then noon, and then twilight. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we've got more piano trios. What's this? What label is this? Calig. I don't know if they exist anymore. And we have the Concierto de Aranjuez and the Canto a Sevilla. Who's the soprano with, let's see, Ana Rodrigo with Adrian Leeper and the Gran Canario. Until the Chanos recording came out, this was probably your best bet, after Victoria de Los Angeles, of course. Then we have the piano versions of the Danzas Fantásticas, and you've got the Andalusian dances and the Gypsy dances, 2 books of them. Let's see, 2 dances on popular Spanish themes, and the suite of 19th century dances. It's like endless quantities of this. And some sonatas, his Sonata Romantica. Yeah, and Sonata Romantica Sobra, on a Spanish theme, by the way. And the Sonata Fantasia and Magical Corner, Parade in Sonata Form. Ooh, totally cool. And the Concerto without Orchestra, which is only 10 minutes long, 2 movements. This is with Jordi Massot, who's doing all the piano music on Naxos quite well. I mean, so is this. This was volume 1. This was volume 2. I think I lost track of this series. I don't have all of it. But I do have, let's see, what's this? Canto a Sevilla. Oh, this is the same. This is the same one I just had with Adrian Leeper. Gosh, just whoosh. How was this stuff to pick? I don't know. Okay, and then we've got the complete piano works with, let's see, Antonio Soria. And the label here is Sinfo Ediciones Albert Moraleda. I have no idea where this came from and what this means, or if it's still available. I have 8 volumes of 9. And one of them is missing. I don't know what happened to volume 7. Volume 7 may have had songs or something that didn't interest me, or I may have just missed it. So this is one of those things that you go to sleep at night feeling crazy, annoyed with, because you can't find the one thing that you're missing, and it makes you want to like scream and stay awake. And I'm sorry I discovered this again, because now I'm going to wonder where volume 7 went for like the rest of my life. Oh God. Being obsessive compulsive has its, dark side, and that's one of them. But that's okay. I've got enough Turina to keep me busy in the meantime, plus all the stuff I have upstairs. And, it's good stuff. He's really a composer worth discovering. I'm telling you, he's really worth discovering. There's such beautiful, beautiful music out there. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.